Hi everyone, welcome back to Learn Turkish the Easy Way channel. I have given a kind of a break, a couple of weeks from our last live session. So there was some kind of a chores I had to do, some businesses. So basically I had to give that break. Now I'm back, and today we will cover what? We will basically resume our live videos on grammar topics. Now this is just to repeat from the beginning, kind of to mention from the beginning, this is a remake of the last video. And last topic was about what? Last topic was about the past tense of necessitative mood in Turkish language. So I had actually made this video before, but because I noticed that YouTube only uploaded 8 minutes of the 30-minute video, I had to delete that one and remake this video. Okay, so this is past tense of necessitative mood, and basically where do we stand in terms of this topic? In terms of this topic, we stand here. Okay, let me just mention here, highlight for you. So we stand here. Sorry. Yeah, this one. Okay, so we stand here. Before this, let me just zoom in for you. Okay, now before all this, before this highlighted topic, we already covered everything, right? We already mentioned those in the previous topics. We addressed them. So we are now at the combined tense conjugations. For those who have not watched the previous videos, please go to the grammar playlist in my channel. So we addressed the simple conjugations, and now we are addressing combined tense conjugations, and here we have covered already 5, right, of them: the past tense of the present tense, past tense of the present continuous tense, which is basically this one, right, this one. Then we covered this past tense of the past tense, and then we covered the past tense of the future tense. And today we will cover the past tense of the necessitative mood, which is basically what? When we talk about combined tenses, we talk about three forms. The first one is when we add the auxiliary verb ed, right? Ed, this one, basically speaking, two different simple tenses or moods. So this ed is attached, right, to this simple tenses, and of course it has to be transformed, because we have now at least two things here, right? Two tenses combined. So basically let's continue our class, this one, for today, and let's see how we basically proceed with the grammar structure and how we make the past tense of necessitative mood in Turkish language. So when we look at just before we go with this past tense of the necessitative mood, let me remind you that this is all about what? How we say in English, I had to do, right? For example, I had to work, I had to go, I had to listen, I had to see, and so on. So basically, past tense of necessitative mood is what we make out of must and have to in past tense. So basically it's the past tense of must or have to in English language. That's basically how we convert it, or that's the counterpart in English language of the past tense of necessitative mood in Turkish language. Okay, so let's see now the grammar part. As always, we have this 4 lists, right? 4 pages of what? Affirmative, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. So what's the rule for affirmative? To say something in a positive way. So you have the root, right? Root. Then you have malı meli, and here it is malı over 2, which means basically it can be only malı or meli. Then you have this id, which is attached to the verb, of course paraphrased, right? And then we have the personal ending. So how do you paraphrase that id? This is how you do, right, basically. So let's look at the first person singular. Ben yapmalıydım becomes yapmalıydım, right? Sen yapmalıydın becomes yapmalıydın. Or first person singular, which means he, she, right? Yapmalıydı becomes yapmalıydı, and then it goes continuous like that. Okay, so biz yapmalıydık, siz yapmalıydınız, and onlar yapmalıydılar. Now again, don't forget that we always use this second structure. Okay, we don't write this separately, yapmalıydım, in writing, or we don't pronounce it that way when we kind of in speech. Okay, in kind of in daily speech. So we always use this. This is the result. Okay, the second part is always the result, and that's what we usually pronounce or write. Yapmalıydık, yapmalıydınız, yapmalıydılar. Not the first one as a separate, where ed is separate. Okay. For the verb vermek, to give, ben, I, right, vermeliydim, which means I had to give. Sen vermeliydin, o vermeliydi, biz vermeliydik, siz vermeliydiniz, and onlar vermeliydiler. They had to give. So this is affirmative. Okay, let's go for the negative one. In negative, rule is what? The rule here is basically again a root, right? Then we have the negative suffix ma or me. That's why it's ma over 2. Okay, this one, ma or me. Then it is again that necessitative mood ending malı. Then again it's ed plus personal ending. So the only thing that changes here is this ma me, right? This ma me negative. That's it. So let's look for first person singular. Ben yapmamalıydım. Sen yapmamalıydın. O yapmamalıydı. Biz yapmamalıydık. Siz yapmamalıydınız, and onlar yapmamalıydılar. Okay, so basically they didn't have to do. That's basically the translation, right? They didn't have to do. Ben yapmamalıydım. I didn't have to do. You didn't have to do. He, she didn't have to do, and so on. For the verb vermek, ben vermemeliydim. I didn't have to give. Sen vermemeliydin. O vermemeliydi. Biz vermemeliydik. Siz vermemeliydiniz, and onlar vermemeliydiler. They didn't have to give. Okay. Let's now look at this is negative. Let's now look at the interrogative. Interrogative. So in interrogative we have what? Again, verb root, right? Then malı meli. Then separately the question word mı mi, because that's why it's mı over 2. And again, why is mı mi not mu mu extra? Because again, you see we have malı meli. We have only two possible necessitative mood endings, and therefore it requires only 2 versions of the question auxiliary question word mı. Okay, it can be only mı or mi. So whenever you have malı, it will be mı. Whenever you have meli, it will be mi. Okay, mi. Then you have this again, ed, personal ending, which is paraphrased. Okay. So ben yapmalı mıydım? Right? Did I have to do? Did I have to do basically? Sen yapmalı mıydın? O yapmalı mıydı? Biz yapmalı mıydık? Did we have to do? Siz, you plural, right? Or formal, yapmalı mıydınız? And onlar yapmalı mıydılar? For the verb to give, ben vermeli miydim? Sen vermeli miydin? O vermeli miydi? Biz vermeli miydik? Siz vermeli miydiniz? And onlar vermeli miydiler? That is interrogative for the past of the necessitative mood. Okay. And last we have negative interrogative, which is in this case we do have in terms of the rule we have what? Verb root, right? Then negative ma me, negative suffix ma me. Then we have malı meli, that's why it's second or malı over 2, right? Then we have again mı mi, possible mı mi as a question word, auxiliary question verb. Then ed plus personal ending. So in this case ben, right? Ben yapmamalı mıydım? Sen yapmamalı mıydın? Which means basically didn't you have to do, right? O yapmamalı mıydı? Biz yapmamalı mıydık? Siz yapmamalı mıydınız? And onlar yapmamalı mıydılar? For the verb to give, merhaba Vashni. For the verb to give, we have what? Ben vermemeli miydim? Sen vermemeli miydin? O vermemeli miydi? Biz vermemeli miydik? Siz vermemeli miydiniz? And onlar vermemeli miydiler? Okay, so basically these are the four rules. So let's just go back. Affirmative, right? Negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. And this is basically the grammar part. Let's now go to the practice pad, right? Our work pad to practice these things. Again, just don't forget that necessitative mood in Turkish language, malimeli, right, which is malimeli, is used to express must or have to and should. Okay, but the only difference is what must and have to is both usually about the necessity, right? Necessity, while should is about advice. And of course, when you use the past tense of this, they are also meaning the same things. Of course, based on the context, you know it, okay, how to do it, how or which one means which thing. Hi Andrew, welcome. So let's see this kind of a practice over a couple of verbs again that we had in our list, right? We have 5 verbs here, and again, don't forget it's just first person singular, okay? It's about I. You don't have you here, he, she. It's just example for I. And we have 5 verbs here, and this is affirmative, just to kind of repeat. So for oturmak, how do you transform it into the past tense of the necessitative mood? So you use the root otur, right? Otur, that's basically what we get. Oturmalı, you add malimeli, then you add idi together with the personal ending, oturmalıydım, and then you transform into a very single structure, oturmalıydım. So oturmak becomes oturmalıydım. Okumak becomes okumalıydım. Sevmek becomes sevmeliydim, right? I had to love. So this was I had to reside or sit. I had to read. I had to love. Sevmeliydim. Görmek becomes görmeliydim. I had to see. Vermek becomes vermeliydim. I had to give. Okay. Now let's look at the negative. Sorry, yes, negative. Okay, negative also. So we have, excuse me. Yeah, this is the negative. Just skip it to the next page. Everything here, page break. Okay. Now we have to get in the same page. So for the negative, right, oturmak, we just add differently from the previous kind of affirmative structure. We just add this ma, me, right, as a negative suffix. So oturmak becomes oturmamalıydım. Okumak becomes okumamalıydım. Sevmek becomes sevmemeliydim. I didn't have to love, right? Görmek becomes görmemeliydim. And vermek becomes vermemeliydim. I didn't have to give. Okay, let's now look at interrogative. Okay, interrogative. First person singular. Oturmak becomes oturmalı mıydım, right? Did I have to sit or reside? Okumak, okumalı mıydım? Did I have to read or study? Sevmek, sevmeli miydim? Görmek, görmeli miydim? Did I have to see? And vermek, vermeli miydim? Did I have to give? And last, we have what? Negative interrogative. Just keep here. Okay. Negative interrogative. Let me also put it in a different page. Okay, negative interrogative. So the only thing we have here, right? Again, ma, me plus the question word mı, mi, mu, mu, right? So oturmak becomes oturmamalı mıydım? Didn't I have to sit? Okumak, okumamalı mıydım? Sevmek becomes sevmemeli miydim? For görmek, we transform it as görmemeli miydim? And vermek, we make it vermemeli miydim? The negative, right, interrogative form of the past tense of the necessitative mood. Didn't I have to give? Now, from our last class, we have examples here, okay? Examples here from the last class. Last class, remember, we addressed what? The past tense of the future tense, right? So past future tense. Therefore, here we have the sentences that you see here, right? Gelecektik, çıkacaktı, görmeyecek miydim, right? Dinlemeyecekti, öğrenecektiniz, and so they are all the past future tense. So I didn't delete them specifically for this practice, and let's now change all this and make it the past tense, not of the future, but the past tense of the necessitative mood. Okay, let's change them here in kind of a live. Oh my god, you are not on that page, right? Why nobody told me we are not on the page? Okay, let me just come here, okay? So basically, let me again show it very clearly above what we covered. Nobody actually noticed it. Nobody warned me. So basically, we covered these things, okay? Here, I just showed what? Affirmative, negative for the first person singular. That's basically how I transform them, okay? So oturmak becomes oturmalıydım. Okumak becomes okumalıydım. Sevmek becomes sevmeliydim. I had to love, and so on. For the negative first person singular, right? It's only first person singular, don't forget. Oturmak becomes oturmamalıydım. Okumak becomes okumamalıydım, and so on. For the negative, interrogative, we have what? Oturmak, oturmalı mıydım? Okumak, okumalı mıydım? Sevmek, sevmeli miydim? Görmek, görmeli miydim? And so on. And the negative interrogative was what? Oturmak, oturmamalı mıydım? Okumak, okumamalı mıydım? Sevmek, sevmemeli miydim? And so on. No, sorry, Vashni, I just was actually on a different page, but I just forgot to switch, okay? So I was basically here. Yeah, they were examples, but they were here, okay? This page. I was only basically talking about this page. Now let's go to these examples. That's what I just mentioned, right? This is the examples from the last class and our past class lesson where we covered what? The past future tense, right? Past future tense. Let's now make them the past tense of the necessitative mood. Change them live here together, okay? So dün erken gelecektik. We already have this verb gel, right? We have to delete everything else. So gelecektik, we were going to come early. We want to express what? We had to come early yesterday. So let's make it we had to come early yesterday. Dün erken, this part should change, right? Gelmeliydik. Gelmeli, malı meli becomes meli, right? Then idik is us, we, and of course we add y, letter y in between, letter y, this, right? This is a fusion letter y here. Gelmeliydik becomes gelmeliydik. So dün erken gelmeliydik, which means basically what? We had, let me just squeeze. We had to come early yesterday. We had to come early yesterday. So dün erken gelmeliydik. This one becomes we had to come early yesterday. The second one here, senden sonra çıkacaktı. Çıkmak, right? This is the verb çıkmak, to leave. Acaktı is the he, she was going to leave. So we have to change this part. So what do we want to say here? We want to say that he, she had to leave after you. Not was going to leave, but had to leave after you. So çıkmalıydı, okay? It becomes çıkmalıydı. Senden sonra çıkmalıydı. He, she had to leave, okay? Had to leave after you. Senden sonra çıkmalıydı. He, she had to leave after you. Basically the past tense of must, have to, or even should. I leave the should aside for now, okay? Just to kind of not confuse you, because the past tense of kind of should, interrogation will be still should, right? But still, let's think of this as the past tense of must and have to. So the third one here, here. Okay. Beni görmeyecek miydin? Weren't you going to see me? So we have negative, right? Negative interrogative here. Negative interrogative structure here. Görmeyecek miydin? In the past future tense. So we have to say what? Instead of weren't you going to see me, didn't you have to see me? Let's kind of transform it into the didn't you have to see me? So now it will be what? Görmemeli, right? Görmemeli miydin? This part changes. Görmemeli miydin? Didn't you have? Didn't you have to see me? Okay. Beni görmemeli miydin? Didn't you have to see me? For the fourth sentence here, Ali seni dinlemeyecekti. Okay. Ali seni dinlemeyecekti. This was Ali was not going to listen to you. So dinle. This is just negative, right? Negative of the past future tense. Yes, Vashni, you're right, but we have to add that letter Y in between. Okay, that's a fusion letter Y. Görmeliydin, because görmeliydin, we have two vowels together, coming together, right? So therefore we add this letter Y here. Letter Y as a fusion letter. So Ali seni dinlemeyecek. Dinlemek is to listen. So dinleme, it's already negative. So let's make it what? Dinlememeliydi. Okay, it's a third person. Ali seni dinlememeliydi. Ali did not have to listen to you. Didn't, right? Let's make it didn't have to listen to you. Merhaba Nur, merhaba Ramazan. Ramazan ayınız mübarek olsun. Yes, thank you. Same with you. Ramazan ayınız mübarek olsun. Or Ramazanınız mübarek olsun. Your Ramazan. Basically we say it's like your Ramazan, okay? Like your Ramazan, your holiday. So Ramazan ayınız or Ramazan month, right? Mübarek olsun. Thank you. May Allah accept all fastings, right, of the people. Okay, so Ali seni dinlememeliydi becomes Ali didn't have to listen to you. The fifth one is what here? The fifth one is benden önce öğrenecektiniz. You were going to learn before me. This is plural, second person plural, right? And affirmative, öğrenecektiniz. Öğrenmek is to learn. So you basically say what? Ecektiniz part has to change here. Öğrenmeliydiniz. Öğrenmeliydiniz, right? You had to learn. You had to learn before me. That's basically how we say. Benden önce öğrenmeliydiniz. You had to learn before me. The sixth sentence here. Ali ekmek alacak mıydı? This is interrogative, right? Interrogative for future past tense. And alacak mıydı? Almak is to buy, to get, right? So we have here to change only what? Almalı. Almalı, right? Almalı mıydı? Ali ekmek almalı mıydı? Was or did Ali, right? Did Ali have to buy bread? Ali ekmek almalı mıydı? Did Ali have to buy bread? That's it. So the next sentence, seventh sentence. Dün arabayı satacaktım. Right? I was going to sell the car. Satmak. Here the root is sat. Satmak. Acaktım has to be changed here, right? We just transform it from the future past tense or the past future tense to the past tense of what? Necessitative mood. So satacaktım becomes satmalıydım. Okay, satmalıydım. Again, fusion letter Y here, don't forget. Because satmalı ends in vowel, idim starts in vowel, so we add this idim, okay? Dün arabayı satmalıydım. I had to sell the car yesterday. And last sentence we have here, sana para vermeyecektiler. They were not going to give you money. Vermek is to give, right? We already covered this in the above. So sana para vermeyecektiler. We already have this negative, right? Verme. We only have to change here malı meli part, right? Vermeliydiler. So we here have what? Malımeli added, then idi, and the plural, basically third person plural. They, right? Sana para vermemeliydiler. They did not have or didn't have, right? Have to give you money. Of course, sana here is dative case, right? Let me look at other, whether we have anything. Senden is the ablative case here, right? Beni is the accusative case of ben. Seni here, accusative case of sen. Benden is ablative case of ben, right? And sana here is the dative case of sen. So that's basically how we transform. Okay, vermeliydiler here is the last example. They vermeliydiler, right? They didn't have to give you money. So this is basically what the past of the necessitative mood. Now let me go back to what? To our big file. Okay, big file. This one here. Okay, this one. Cancel this one. This big file. Okay, and choose one different verb. For example, like görmek. Okay, görmek. And let's see how would we already covered these things, right? Up to this point, we covered these ones so far, including this today one, malımeli, right? Let me just highlight this one here, malımeli. So we already covered these ones. Let's choose one verb and go by all this. Okay, I will write the verb görmek on the right side of each of these kind of structures. Okay, so I'll start here with görmek and go together like with them. So görmek for the geniş zaman simple present tense would be what? And let me just use only I. Okay, I, first person singular, because we also have other persons. So let me use just only I. So görmek will be what? For the present simple present tense, görürüm, right? Görürüm. For present continuous tense, it will be what? Görüyorum, right? Görüyorum. For the simple past tense, it will be gördüm, right? For reported past tense, it will be görmüşüm. Okay, and last one for the future tense, it will be göreceğim. Göreceğim. Of course, there is okay, göreceğim. So that's basically how we made the tenses for the verb görmek. Let's now add what? The moods. So for the moods, it will be what? Görmeliyim, right? Görmeli. For necessitative mood, it will be görmeliyim. For excuse me, conditional mood, it will be görsem, right? Okay, so for the istek kipi, which is optative mood, it will be görem, göreyim, right? Görsem, göreyim. Göreyim. And emir kipi, basically we don't have it for first person singular, therefore it will be just omitted. For first person singular, we don't have anything like imperative mood. Okay, this is basically the tenses and the moods in the simple forms. Now we also have what? The combined tenses, right? These ones, the combined tense conjugations, which is the next one. So let's add here, okay? Start with here. So for geniş zaman hikayesi, past tense of present tense, it will be what? Görürdüm. Görürdüm. Right? For the past tense of the present continuous tense, it will be what? Görüyordum. Görüyordum. For the past tense of the past tense, it will be gördüydüm, right? Gördüydüm. For the past tense of the reported past tense, it will be görmüştüm. And the past tense of the future tense will be what? Görecektim. Görecektim. Our last class before this one. Görecektim. And today we covered also what? We also covered görmeliydim. right? Görmeliydim. Sorry, görmeliydim. That is our today's class. What we have for görmeliydim, the past tense of the necessitative mood. Okay. It's not necessarily aligned very well, but still, okay, for you to kind of have this. So next class will cover what? We'll cover the past tense of the conditional mood. Okay, when we add the ending sa plus ed. That's our next class. So if there are no other questions, if nothing, everything is clear, I'll stop here for today, and I hope you to see in our next class when we will cover the past tense of the conditional mood. Okay. Thank you for joining. Herkese katıldığı için teşekkürler. Umarım bir dahaki sefere, right next time, görüşürüz. Have a nice day. For those who are fasting, may Allah accept your fastings. Have a nice evening. Okay. Thank you, Andrew, also for your participation. Thank you. Glad to see new people in the channel. Enjoy the evening. Have a nice day. Bye bye.